So we ended up seeing this deep move to the downside play out on ADA, where we ended up breaching past the key target that I set out in my previous update, where I mentioned I was tracking the fifth wave, which had to be made up of 5 waves. And so what I was looking at for was for this move to be the wave 1 and for this move to the downside to be the wave 2, where we found support within this range, and then we saw a wave 3, 4, and 5 play out. But we ended up breaching past the key level, which is this level here at 83.71 cents. And as a result, that then invalidated the 5-wave structure that was tracking initially. And instead, what ended up playing out was the completion of the Y wave, where rather than the Y wave bottoming out at 83.71 cents, instead we ended up seeing a deeper move to the downside where we found support at the 200 DMA at 82.18 cents. And so, yeah, my stance still remains the same. I'm still tracking the fifth wave, and it also has to be made up of 5 waves. And so, what I'm looking at for right now is for this recent move to the upside, made up of 5 waves to form the wave 1. So if I drop down to the 5-minute chart, so what you can see is we had a short wave 1 that played out over here, and a short wave 2 that played out, and then we had a really explosive wave 3 that played out, followed by a wave 4 made up of a WXY structure, and then we had that fifth wave move to the upside to complete the wave 1. So again, if I go back to the hourly chart, what I'm looking at for is for this move here to be the wave 1, and it looks like we're now within the wave 2, and then shortly after we then see the wave 3, 4, and 5 play out in the days or weeks to come. And zooming in, it looks like we have a corrective move that's in play right now, made up of a WXY structure. So this here will be the W wave, this will be the X wave, and this will be the Y wave. And the Y wave would typically reach anywhere between 1 to 1.226 of the W wave. So if I bring in the fib tool and bring this to the local top at 92.84 cents, so you can see that ADA has the potential to go slightly deeper towards this range between 83.78 cents to 85.44 cents. We did meet the minimum requirement, which is this level here. And so technically speaking, we could see a reversal to the upside where we can begin to track the wave 3. But I'm still looking out for a deep move to the downside before we see that reversal. And the reason why I'm not leaning more towards a WXY structure, where this move here would be the W wave, and this move would be the X wave, and this move would be the Y wave, is because the Y wave ended up falling short of the minimum requirement. So if I bring in the fib tool and bring this to 88.81 cents, and so here you can see that the Y wave minimum requirement sits at 96.67 cents, and we ended up falling short of that level. And so as a result, this doesn't constitute of a WXY structure, and instead we had a 5-wave structure that formed. And so I am still bullish despite this recent move to the downside that we are currently witnessing at the moment. And so, yeah, the next key target for ADA would be the 1.618 level, which would then trigger a 5-wave structure, and that would then further confirm this structure that I'm tracking at the moment, which would then in turn complete the 5th wave. And you can see that on the hourly chart, we are within the oversold conditions. And on the 4-hour chart, the bears are slowly starting to lose that momentum, and we have tapped into the oversold conditions also. And on the 8-hour chart, again, you can see that the bears are slowly starting to lose that momentum. And on the daily chart, we are just hovering over the oversold conditions, and the bears are slowly starting to lose that momentum. And so I am still looking out for the bulls to regain control of the market and drive the price of ADA up towards high highs. And so the 1.618 level will more or less be where the local top is at around $1.02. And so this is the next key target I'll be looking at for shortly after this range here. And I'm looking at for a deep move to the upside where we could see ADA tap into the 5th wave target, which would be anywhere between 1.226 to 1.618 of the wave 4, which is this wave here. And so, yeah, in the midterm, I'm looking at for ADA to tap into this range between $1.07 to $1 and around 17 cents or 16 cents, so anywhere within this region. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the days to come, and I'll keep you guys updated. And so, yeah, that's just my update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit the like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.